Hello everyone, it is the 49th Gunner back again. Finally, no more international football. The proper stuff has recommenced again. Not to say that I don't love England, but if I was to put England and Arsenal as a comparison, I'd always pick Arsenal, regardless to what anyone thinks. I'm happy my team are back, or at least I thought I was. But for about 80 minutes of this evening, I was not the happiest person on the planet. I thought to myself before the Arsenal-Chelsea game, we were going to smash them. I thought it was going to be 4-0, 3-0. I thought we were actually going to walk them. I will be honest, I was overconfident about the Arsenal-Chelsea game. Lots of reasons I don't like Chelsea. Backing racists. There's a whole bunch of reasons I don't like them. The fact that they actually had a pretty good squad before they just suddenly bought everybody that they could see. There's a billion reasons I don't like Chelsea. Chelsea fans appeared. I'd never seen so many Chelsea fans appear. Much like City. Obviously, it's similar with City. City's the new Chelsea. But United, Liverpool, Arsenal, fans galore everywhere. Everyone all around the world knows United, knows Liverpool as well. But yeah, the super club, Chelsea, today. That was a stressful game for me to watch. The penalty shout, the first goal, I believe very much was a penalty. I can't really say. You could sort of talk about the angle of Saliba's arm. Saliba's arm, was it a bit too far forward? Would it have been hard? It looked like he was pretty much trying to fly. I love Saliba. I think Saliba's been great all season. I'm not going to slate Saliba for anything. I mean, Saliba has been fantastic for us. He had a bit of a dodgy game today. It's certainly not his best performance. Certainly not any of their best performance, but I'll get to that in a bit. But that was, in my opinion, easily going to be given as a penalty. Regardless to whether anyone thinks it was or it wasn't, I personally think it was. There were arguments. Jamie Redknapp was saying, it was hard for him to get his arms, trying to jump up to get that header out his arms, It's hard to sort of call that and say it is, it isn't. But that, in general, would be a penalty anyway. So I believe, they went 1-0 up. Mudric's goal. Now, I don't like to be negative. Obviously, I know other than Kovacic, I believe on this channel so far, I've not really been negative about anyone. What is Raya doing? Just as a general question. Just Mudryk just hit that well, regardless to whether he meant it or whether he didn't. It may have been a good goal. It would have been a good cross. It was a good hit. So, regardless to what Mudryk meant to do, whether he meant to do that, it was perfect. He hit that perfectly. That was as deadly as he could have made it. So, no Arsenal fan can sit there and go, oh, it was a fluke, blah, blah, blah. Because he hit that perfectly. That was very well hit. It was, obviously probably not intended, but, Raya was miles out of position. I think if that cross would have been in to, I believe it was Sterling, I think Sterling would have been able to fight. If it got to Sterling, the cross was slightly different. The space Raya was in, I think Sterling would have found, if that would have found Sterling's foot, he would have found anywhere in the goal to hit that into anyway. But fair play to Mudryk. Not a good player in the Premier League so far. But that was a quality goal. It was a well hit. There's no point sitting there crying, We need Ramsdale back. 1,000%. I'm sick of seeing anyone but Ramsdale in that goal. We need Ramsdale back. We need Ramsdale back soon. And I want my boy back. I want to see Ramsdale back in that goal. And if any game's going to show you that Ramsdale deserves to regularly, regardless to his reasons for being, off today, regardless to that, he should be there. He should be in goal for us, I believe. So Lots of wasted possession as well. Jorginho, very wasteful. Odegaard was wasteful. I hate to say it, but there was so much of a waste. Saka was barely on the ball for the majority of that game. Martinelli was trying his best on the left, but it just wasn't happening for him. Chelsea defended really, really well. For 80 minutes of that game, Chelsea did look set to win it, and that's probably the best they've played, certainly against us, in a little while. I believe their midfielder, Gallagher was quality. I think Gallagher was brilliant, finding all kinds of space, causing all kinds of trouble in the middle. I think Gallagher was probably their best player, in my opinion anyway. Gallagher would be who I'd say was Chelsea's best player. I say he could probably have maybe pushed a man of the match sort of status there. I thought he played really, really well. He was unfortunate not to score as well. He had a chance. The goal was basically completely open, and he's missed a shot that was basically destined for his foot to put it in the net. There was a great run from Sterling. There was a miss-hit from Gusto. Gusto's played his first international game recently for France. He's a name I didn't know too well of, but he looked quite impressive for Chelsea. So we'll probably be seeing a lot more of him in the scummy Chelsea kit in future. He looked good, looked quick, looked pacey. Him and Sterling worked together really well. Chelsea are certainly picking up underneath Pochettino, and that has to be noted. We can't pretend that they didn't play a lot better. Fortunately, the man we compliment every video certainly wasn't his best game today. Declan Rice with an absolute thunder strike, thankfully, to put us back to 2-1. My throat is ever so slightly croaky because when I shouted for both the goals that we were lucky to score, I really hurt my throat there, so that's why I sound a little bit here and there. Basically, my biggest problem today is Raya. He's miles out of position. There were a ton of things he was doing. There was nearly a goal he gave away. I believe that, I can't remember exactly, but I believe that was to Gallagher. He basically gave the ball to Gallagher and had to sort of run in. That might not have been Gallagher. That might have been Palmer, sorry. He gave the ball away to Palmer and basically was just like, here you go, have a third goal, guys. I'm not a fan of Raya at the minute. I think he cost us in the Champions League. He's probably cost us 3 points today. We were if that would have, been the result, we would have been lucky to get that 3 points, and it would be a different video. But yeah, I mean, the fact we got a point out of that, we just got to be happy with that. We've just got to accept that, move on. Trossard as well coming on. I think Trossard played, although he didn't play long, much like Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe made an impact. Havertz made an impact. They were playing it around well, causing a bit of trouble. And I think Trossard played well. That goal from him, great little bit of movement into that back stick, and he slotted it in lovely. Easy goal for him, easy tapping. You'd expect Trossard to score that, but positioning, placement, all of that, perfect. So, yeah, I'm very happy with Trossard. Rice as well, his goal was quality, and it was nice to... He sort of like looked up briefly, and he was just like, no, hold on a minute. He just smashed it one. So, that is by far my favourite Arsenal game I've watched in a long time. But yeah, we got a point. We got a point at theirs when they're picking up and improving and playing well for 80 minutes. We were relatively poor, I'd say, for 80 minutes of that game. I can't say any particular player was... A lot of the players collectively were going down, pretending they were injured. Cucurella, Jesus as well seemed to be doing a little bit of the play acting. It gets on my nerves. Like I say, obviously Chelsea were doing it, but we were as well. And I'm not always going to completely fault the opposing team because we had a bit of the theatrical side as well. I don't like seeing that. It's annoying. It just bores me to death. You paid enough money not to roll around the floor. It's just a general thing that everybody has. Everybody's the same. Stop rolling around on the floor unless you're hurt, and then don't roll around. Just stay down, stay calm, try and breathe properly. If you're injured, you're injured. Because the more you cry wolf when you're rolling around on the floor and you're actually injured, the less people are going to believe you're actually injured, and then they'll get in trouble for it, and it'll be your fault. So yeah, stop the play acting. It's annoying. Stop rolling around on the floor. Get up, get on your feet. So I have had more ballot rejections, a little quick bit for the end. We all knew it was going to happen. I've been to one game this season, the Champions League game. It's the only game. I've had about 7 rejections now. I had another rejection for the Lens game. Me and my boy got 2 rejection emails, same time, woke up the other morning. You're not going to Lens, unfortunately, blah, blah, blah. And there's some guy who is going to be sat there staring at his phone in my seat, which is good. So I've booked tickets for the Wolves, the Wolves game at the Emirates, but let's be honest, I'm probably not going to get there. It's not like I'm trying. No one can say I'm not at least a trying fan. Yeah, but no more tickets for me. Hopefully they just decide to give me one for Wolves. Who knows? Probably not going to happen. I don't like this balloting system. I'm not going to pretend I do. It gets on my nerves. So yeah, I'm going to end it on that. But a point. We could have easily fumbled 100 times over. So we take it, we move on. Tomiyasu played well as well. I think Tomiyasu coming on for Zinchenko, that definitely had to happen because Zinchenko struggled quite a lot in that first half. That was one of his probably weaker games that I've seen. I love Zinny as well. Then again, I love, Tommy. But yeah. Right, that'll do for me. I'll leave you alone now. If you've watched, thank you. I appreciate it. I've been the 49th Gunner, and I am gonna go. I need to go to sleep. I was at work for ages. I love my job, but I've worked hard today. I've come back. I've watched. I just need to go to sleep. So yeah. Right. Anyway, I'm knackered. I'm Niall, the 49th Gunner. On to the next one. Come on, you Gunners. See you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.